Hey guys, welcome to another Tuesday edition of the Vinyl Den, your channel for record collecting by record collectors. My name is Nick. This week, so you got March 11th. There are a little over 300 titles that are coming out this Friday. It actually looks like a pretty decent week for vinyl releases. There's actually 9 albums I'm going to talk about today. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you click on that link down below and go check out the Vinyl Den Facebook group. It's just a cool place to continue the music conversation. Doesn't necessarily have to be about vinyl records. We talk about CDs, cassettes, concerts, upcoming releases, all sorts of stuff we talk about on there. So go ahead and check that out. There's also a couple other links down there. There's one for the Vinyl Den merch page. We got t-shirts and sweatshirts on there. There's a link for the Vinyl Den Patreon page. If you want to support the show, it's always greatly appreciated. You can support the show for as little as $1 a month. There's also a link for the Vinyl Den Spotify and Apple Music playlists on there, where every week we're just compiling music that we're talking about here on the show and putting it together on a playlist for everyone to enjoy. And of course, if you enjoyed the episode, make sure you give us the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we release new episodes. So like I said in the intro, there's a little over 300 albums coming out this Friday. And I'm only going to talk about 9 of them, so I know there's probably some stuff out there I'm going to miss. So make sure you drop me a comment down below. Let me know what other titles they're coming out this Friday that I didn't talk about, because like I said, there always seems to be something big that I miss. But the first one I'm going to talk about, you guys know I'm a huge jazz fan. Of course, I'm a big John Coltrane fan also. So the first one, this is Duke Ellington and John Coltrane. This is part of the Verve Acoustic Sound Series. This is actually probably one of my favorite jazz albums. Just absolutely incredible album. It was originally released in 1962, so this is the 60th anniversary of this album. And this is all analog remastered, so it's going to sound fantastic. I don't know which version I've got, so I actually, depending on which one I have, I might pick up another copy of this. But this is going to run you about $36, which I think is a lot for a single LP, but this is a great album, so I might pick up another one. Like I said, depending on what pressing I have. So that'll be one I'll keep my eye on. And then, of course, the big one that everyone's kind of looking forward to for this week. This is Ghost Impera. This is Ghost's new album. Ghost, if you don't know Ghost, they're a Swedish metal band. And I'm actually not a huge fan of Ghost, but I haven't really dug into their catalog a whole lot. I know Ian's a huge fan of their music, and he's really looking forward to this album. This is Ghost's fifth studio album. It's actually not bad. It's not priced really all that bad either. It's going to run you about $22 online. I know my local record store has it for $26, so still not a terrible price. And there's actually several variants of this album. There's at least 6 variants I've seen on top of the standard black one. So there's a bunch of copies that are going to be out there available. This is, like I said, this is an album that I might not pick it up on Friday. I'll definitely stream it before I pick it up, but I know it's one that I've seen a bunch of pre-orders online. People are getting their shipping notifications and really excited for it. So I think this is going to be a big album. Another band that I'm not really all that familiar with their studio work. Of course, I am pretty familiar with their soundtracks that they did in the 70s. But this is Goblin Roller. So this is Roller was released in 1976. Goblin, of course, they're the Italian progressive rock band. Like I said, they did a lot of soundtracks in the 70s. This is one of their studio albums, though. I think this was their second or third studio album. But, it was originally, like I said, originally released in 76. It's kind of pricey for the release. It's going to be about $41 online, so might cost you a couple more dollars in store. So that's definitely one I'm going to stream. The next one, though, this is Golden Earring Moontan. Moontan, of course, I think is the only Golden Earring album I know of, or I've ever actually listened to, because this is the one that's got Radar Love on it, so it's the one that everyone knows. So they're releasing a double LP. It says remastered and expanded, so I'm not exactly sure what's expanded on it. It's going to run you about $45 online, though, so double LP on clear vinyl. It was originally released in 1976. It is their 9th album, so I didn't even realize they had released that many albums prior to Moontan. So, for $45, I'm probably not going to pick it up, but it's one that I'm going to stream just because I want to know what extra material they're adding on there. So I'm not a huge country music fan, but I do love a lot of that country music from the early 20th century, the early part of the 20th century. So this one's kind of interesting to me. This is Hank Williams, I'm Gonna Sing, the Mother's Best Gospel Radio Recordings. It is a triple LP set with 40 tracks on it. So there's a bunch of music on here. It's only going to cost $40. So it's not bad for a 3 LP set, I don't think. And like I said, that early period of country music, I don't have anything from that period in my record collection. So that's one that I'll definitely at least stream that one to just see what all is on there. The next one is from another one of those metal bands that probably don't get a lot of airplay. And this is Crocus Hoodoo. This is Crocus's 16th studio album. It was originally released in 2010. And actually, just last week or the week before, they reissued Dirty Dynamite, which is Crocus's album that came out after Hoodoo. So this is a music on vinyl release, so you know MOV makes some of the best sounding standard releases out there. And at $35, it's kind of on the top end of what I'd be willing to pay for a single LP release, but Crocus is one of those bands, just like Ghost, that I really need to kind of go back through and listen to a lot of their stuff, because I don't think I've listened to a full Crocus album since anything they released, probably since the mid to late 80s, I think. But, it's definitely worth, I think, checking out at least. Sticking with that kind of metal, I don't know. I guess I really never figured out a good way to kind of classify this next band. I don't know if they're metal or hardcore punk or what you'd call them. But anyway, this is Melvin's Five-Legged Dog that is coming out on vinyl this Friday. This was originally released in 2001, so October of last year. This was released, and it's the Melvin's 25th album. So it's kind of interesting release. This is a 4 LP set with 36 tracks. It's going to run about $47 online. I think my local record store had it for $53 or $54. So, it's definitely a little more pricey, but it is a 4 LP set. And this is what's interesting about this Melvin's release is this is kind of similar to what Alkaline Trio did with Damnesia back probably about a decade ago. So this is the first acoustic album from the Melvins, and this is like a compilation. It looks like a compilation of a lot of their music from over the years done acoustic style. So I think it really worked for Alkaline Trio, so I'm really interested to see. With it being about $50, I'm going to pass on it this week, but I'm at least going to stream it and check it out because I know it's available on streaming services. So that's a kind of an interesting one. And then another album that I know people have been looking forward to. This is the reissue of Size Really Does Matter by Pretty Boy Floyd, which this was originally released in 2004. This was Pretty Boy Floyd's second album, which I know they started working on an album in the early 90s, and then all that music got scrapped. The band, I believe, just went on hiatus or broke up, and then they reformed in the early 2000s, recorded Size Really Does Matter. So this is, like I said, it's their second studio album. This is on purple vinyl. It's going to run you about $24 online, so it's not terribly priced. And I know there's a bunch of Pretty Boy Floyd fans out there. I think it was their first album that I know there's been a couple of reissues over the last 4 or 5 months, but so that's kind of an interesting one. But I was never a big Pretty Boy Floyd fan, but I will stream that one. There's a lot of stuff I'm going to stream this week. And then the last one is one that I would have bought had I not just tracked down a copy within the last probably 6 months. But this is the Outfield Play Deep. Outfield is one of those great 80s bands. This was originally released in 85. I know a lot of people look at the Outfield as kind of a one-hit wonder band, but that's not really the case when it comes to Play Deep. Play Deep is a great album from beginning to end. This is an MOV release. Like I said earlier, it's going to sound fantastic. It's on translucent blue vinyl, and there's only 1,500 copies available of this. So with it being such a limited numbered run, I kind of expected it to be a little bit more than $35. So it's not terribly priced. Like I said, I just tracked down a copy of this. I believe the copy I have is a music on vinyl release also. So at that price, I probably won't grab a copy, but, I guess we'll see. Sometimes I say that and I go to the record store and I end up buying it anyway. So, it's just, like I said, that's the 9th one. A bunch of really good stuff coming out this week. I think a lot of stuff that, some reissues that people have been looking forward to. Obviously, that Ghost release is going to be probably the big seller this week, though. Well, that's all I got for you this week, guys. Thanks for checking the show out. Drop me a comment down below. Like I said, there's 311 titles is the number I came up with that are being released this Friday. So with me only talking about 9 of them, I'm sure there's probably something else in there I missed. So drop me a comment. Let me know. If you guys enjoyed the episode, make sure you give me the old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. That's all I got. Until next time, keep on spinning. Peace.